Okay, so we are back with part two of the garage tour. Um, so I'm kind of happy that I'm doing different parts in this series because, well, I have a huge garage collection when it comes to the game. So it would be 10 times easier for me to do it by parts, but this is going to be a long one again. Hopefully, now I'm going to try to range it between like 20 to 30 minutes. Because the other one was like an hour and it was like 7 hours to upload on YouTube, and I was like, you know what, let's not do that again. Let's try to make it shorter. So with all that being said, here we go. We're gonna start off with the GMC truck, the Cyclone. The Cyclone, I really like the Cyclone. I think I only seen one in a lifetime in real life. I don't think I ever seen a Typhoon or ever came across a Typhoon. But the Cyclone I decided to have. This is a A2 vehicle. Cyclone and the other vehicles are also A2. My GMC lineup is not really the best. Usually they just all classified as A2, like the Ventura, the Jimmy, and all that. No shame in GMC. It's just I guess it's just a preference. I don't really mess with the GMCs that often. Moving on to the Gordon Murray. I used to have this one friend when this car came out. I accidentally called the Gordon Murray the Gordon Ramsay car, and it was, oh my goodness, he had the best laugh in a week. So if he's still watching this video, then he's most likely gonna definitely laugh at that. But yeah, this car is pretty cool. I got this car in the festival playlist. Pretty nice car. Moving on to the Hennessy category. So with the Hennessy Venom F5 being in the Hot Wheels DLC expansion, I was pretty excited to get hands on with this Venom F5. And well, the gray one is usually just the second one, but the first one, which is in Pennzoil Yellow, is what I call it, because if I'm not mistaken, Hennessy is probably a proud sponsor of Pennzoil, or they just do some type of promo with Pennzoil. But anywho, I kept it Pennzoil Yellow because just to kind of go ahead and accommodate the work that Hennessy and Pennzoil has been doing together. So I kept that the same. The Camaro Exorcist, this regular stock Exorcist didn't really, well, it's not stock, but built up motor, but everything else is just completely OEM from the Hennessy factory. Now this is a funny one. So the reason why this one is blue and whatnot, even though I want to test different colors on it, from what I was told in the live stream, somebody brought out a Camaro ZL1 and you can paint the hood, and I was like, wait, what? You can paint the hood on the ZL1 1LE? And it was like, yeah, man, you can do it. I was like, wait, huh? So when I got the Camaro ZL1 1LE, you can't paint the hood. So I'm like, well, how come yours have the hood? And then somebody was like, oh, he's in the Hennessy Camaro. He's in the Exorcist. I was like, oh, really? So I brought another one just to go ahead and have the hood painted. And I really love the matte black hood on it, but it's always nice to try something different. So that's the point of the second one. I might get like 3 more on the side. Knowing me, I might get 3 more. We got the Velociraptor. So this one's called Pacific Dew. I think the paint job is still available. And I don't know what I was going with this one. I think I was just having fun. One of the good color combinations is lime green and baby blue. And yeah, I just went on along with it. Like the Pacific Coast colors. Some really nice stuff. Alright, so moving on to the Venom GTs. I have 3 of them. This one at the bottom is called the World Record Edition. Hennessy Performance has a Venom GT and is actually painted in this exact format color scheme. So I just recreated it and shared it on the Vital storefront where people could just download it. So this one is, this was a template car. Still pretty nice car, still drive it here and there, but yep, we got the World Record Edition, we got the Stealth, and then we got just the normal Venom GT. I need to drive these cars more often. Every time I look at these cars, man, it just makes me like, why am I not driving them? Moving on to Hondas. We don't really have a wide category for Hondas. And I know what you guys probably see at the bottom where it says all-wheel drive. Yes, I converted the Civic Type R all-wheel drive, but hear me out. The only reason why I did it is because it's just so difficult for me to drive in front-wheel drive. Yes, I get it. It's a user error, and I would 100% try to work on that. But yeah, I'll probably just buy a fifth one, and then we go on the books of art, right? This one's a Defend and Offend design. This one's actually an old design. I'm looking forward to revamp this one as well. There's probably be some new series of variants that I'll come out with, and the color scheme will be a little bit different, and the design would be updated with the logo as the following. So this one's if not the second or third Defend and Offend design, if I'm not mistaken. When Defend and Offend first came out, this one was just a crazy cool color scheme to it. We got a yellow Type R. This one is so there's a person that owns a yellow Type R in my area, and it's really rare to see it, but every single time I see this car, it reminds me of Pikachu, Pokemon. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the spoiler that puts it off or something, but it just reminds me of Pikachu. Maybe it's probably because of the red seats and the red accents and the red trim level on the wheels and the yellow car, but yeah, this thing pops out. Nothing pretty much at the blue one at the top. I think that one's just more of a Smurf. We got an S2K. I just found out that this NSX Aura GT is rare. I did not know that until now. We also have another NSX Aura, and you know, yeah, just some pretty cool colors. We got some Kim Block vehicles along the way, and some other people's vehicles in Hoonigan platform. One of the best ones that I'm gonna really focus on is this one. When Need for Speed 2015 was availing at, I think it was at SEMA or something like that, this Porsche was there, and it was a SEMA built, and my gosh, I loved it. Unfortunately, I wasn't there to actually see the car in person, but it was trending all over social media. And I was like, you know what? Let me try to recreate it in a game as close as possible. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this design is available. I can't remember, man. There's just so many cars I have. But 9 times out of 10, I believe it's available. And I just recreated it in Forza Horizon 5, and I just went along with it. We got the Ford RS200. Now, this one has a nickname. I'm not going to say the nickname because it's a really funny name. But I just can't say it because it's inappropriate. But this car, I remember doing. I was covering the Rally Expansion DLC, and I had early access to the Rally Expansion DLC. And I was like, you know what? I need a car that can do a bit of everything. When it's off-road, when it's rallying, when it's the road races and stuff like that. And this little sucker here is a monster. It has 1,300 horsepower, and it only weighs 2,000 pounds. That is ridiculous. So you can just look like the foot-pound of torque is 1,000. That's wicked. So this one, I built it specifically for the Rally Adventure DLC, and it completely dominated. So that was a good car to own and built up. It was really fun. Thanks to my friends at Playground Games for providing me early access to the Rally Adventure DLC to go ahead and make the content that I have today. Moving on to other vehicles, other Hoonigans are just normal Hoonigans, so nothing about that. We got some of the Hot Wheels DLCs, some of the Hot Wheels DLC, some of the Hot Wheels cars. So this one in particular, I forgot what this one was named. This one had a name. I really forgot what it was. And no pun intended with the name of the car, but this car also has names. I might as well just show you the car. And this is a pretty old car. This car is really old. But basically what happens is, obviously when you become a person that's like really intelligent, and if you're becoming a public figure and you're getting a lot of noticeable content and stuff like that, people will, you know, try to, you know, they'll try to break you down. You know, they'll try to sabotage you here and there, right? Well, so this car is it's a full Easter egg car, but basically I put all of the people that kind of, you know, hurt my feelings per se. You could see some people's names. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't want to kind of show the names on these cars because I don't want it to be like advertising that's bullying or anything like that. But I needed something to make content for. So what I did was I just put all the people's names that, you know, that hurt me in the past, and I put them all into a car. And what I did was, I if I'm not mistaken, I think I sold this car to several people. And people was like, "Oh yeah, this car is nice." But yeah, they got people names on it. That way I don't forget, you know, that they try to sabotage my hustle in the early days. So whenever I decide to move forward with some content, or if, you know, this and that, blah, 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 try to comes back and whatnot, and I'll have something to lean on, and that car is a good reference towards that. So, but yeah, that's I forgot the name of it, but old news, you know. So we got the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. So I actually took photos of this car for the actual owner. His name is Riley Starr or Stair. If I'm not, I think it's Starr. I'm gonna go with Starr. But Riley is a proud owner of this car. He actually owns this car in real life. He built it. He won the Hot Wheels Legends Tour, and he DM'd me also needing some photos for his car in the game, because, you know, he doesn't really play I don't think he ever plays Forza Horizon 5. Well, yeah, whenever I got the car, I took some photos, sent the photos to him, and he has now rights to the photos and whatnot. So he could post them whenever he wants. And he was a cool guy to work with. If I'm not mistaken, I know he still follows me on Instagram and whatnot. But yeah, I did some networking content with that guy. The guy is pretty cool. It's really fun working with people that have their cars or have some type of close relationship to that model, or that, you know, that year, make, and model of the car. So it's really nice. All the other Hot Wheels is normal. We got the HSV Gen F. This thing is a beast. I did not think I was gonna like this car. I gotta get a few more of these as well. But these things sound amazing, and yeah, they really sound really good. And yeah, I actually like it. It's a really good car. See here, we got some other cars. We got some Jaguar F-Types. We got some new ones. We actually got the SVRs and some other F-Types along the way. Every other ones is just colorways. These are all just colorways. Some other designs. We got the XE SV Project 8. These, just like I said, colorways. Majority of the Jaguars are all colorways. There's nothing really too special about them. Moving on to the Jeep category, we got the Gladiator. This I only have one Gladiator. I only use the Gladiator for a K&N build. And the K&N was just doing an extra, you know, another promo, and I decided to use some of their off-road vehicles in Forza Horizon 5 to have that K&N livery. So yeah, it's a good little Jeep. The other Jeeps are, like I said, nothing important. I just have them just to have them, I guess. It's really nice to kind of go through Jeeps. Every other vehicle is just normal. These just rally expensive, you see. Moving on to Koenigsegg. Like I said, none of these other Koenigsegg's are also special, but the one that I kind of find a little bit unique than the other ones is this one right here. This is called Emerald Green, and this one has a 7-speed transmission in it. And I know what you're about to say. Why did you put a 7-speed in it? Well, you have to try it. Try it with the 7-speed manual transmission, and it is ridiculous. I didn't think about it. I like cars with, you know, with different transmissions. I mean, electric cars are cool, but this car is not fully electric. So what's the point, right? So I was like, you know, let me go ahead and put a 7-speed in it, and this thing dominates. Like, and it's really, 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 really good. So if you haven't tried this yet, I highly recommend it. It wouldn't hurt. And it actually, when you put the 7-speed in it, it feels like the car is supposed to perform that way in the game. So I'll let you go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the CCX. I kept this one red from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010. It was the trailer. I don't know if it was the launch trailer or the beginning trailer, but in 2010, this Koenigsegg had a good screen time in the trailer, so I decided to kind of keep it red to keep the traditional, great Need for Speed games back then. So yeah, the yellow one just came from a movie called Redline. They had a yellow Koenigsegg CCX, and I decided to put that red, and it's crazy because we got mustard and we got ketchup, so pretty nice. Moving on to the Lamborghinis, man. Okay, so the Lamborghinis is going to be a little bit of time consuming right here. So I got several STOs. So this one came from, I forgot the dude's name, but he's like, I think it's Economic Hustle. I think that's his name. He has a Lamborghini Huracan STO, and his is actually supercharged. And I just love the colorway on his. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let me go ahead and build one in the game. And I did. And this was the first supercharged STO that I've done. And gosh, it sounds amazing. So that was one of those. Got a couple other STOs. All these are other colorways. This one's also a colorway. This one's a military green with carbon Kevlar, so that's really good. Now these other two STOs, especially this purple one, if I'm not mistaken, I was live streaming one time and somebody was like, "Hey R4, if I sell you this STO, can you do your own personalization touches to it and make it, your own and sell it back to me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll sell it back to you." So I did that, sold it back to him for $20 million, and the thing was, I really fell in love with the design that I've done, like normally what I would always do, because obviously it's my design. So I obviously got another STO, put the same exact style that he has, and I kept it. And it's the same thing at the bottom with the gray and red. I think it's gray and orange, I don't know. Gray and orange or gray and red, one of the two, but same thing. When it comes with colorways, man, I get too excited, and I gotta have another one just to have. Moving on to other Lamborghinis, all these other ones are just normal cars. We got a few Super Veloces, Jets. The SVJs are just normal SVJs. There's really nothing special about them. These are a little bit of colorways. I have two Centenarios for some reason, I don't know. I think I tried to paint one and it didn't work out right, so that's probably why. I can't remember. Like I said, I would sit here all day trying to talk about it. My favorite Lamborghini out of all of the Lambos in this category right here is the Veneno. I love the Veneno. The Veneno is such a gorgeous car. I remember seeing a undercover cop trailer for Need for Speed Rivals, and I never knew what the Lamborghini Veneno was until Need for Speed Rivals showed it on their trailer, and gosh, I love this car. Best intro for a Lamborghini in a racing game. That hands down is definitely it. I love the Veneno. I wish I needed to drive it more often. I know I need to drive it more often. I need to drive it more in the game, but you get lost of track of how many cars you actually have, and usually whenever somebody else watches your live streams or your videos, they'll be like, "Dang, he has all these cars and you don't drive it?" Well, I just lose track. It's not that I don't like them, it's just I lose track, and it's kind of hard to do that nowadays. Moving on to the Aventador Limited Walk. This is Crave. This one's called Crave. It's Arca Speed Design, aka Crave. And I like how I did this one. This one has just nothing but Arca Speed stickers on it, and it's like little fades on it, and it looks really good. I don't want to load into it yet because we almost like out of time very shortly, but this one is called Arca Speed Crave. This is actually a good one. But yeah, I actually took some time out of this one. I don't know how long. This one was probably like 2 years. I made this one in like 2 years, and I still have it. So that's great. That's great. Just some other Lambos. Got a Sesto, Elemento. Got some Revingtons. Just some, some generic stuff. All right. So I don't talk about Land Rovers often, and I'm gonna talk about it this time. The Defender 110X. I actually like this. I don't drive it. I need to, but I actually like this Land Rover. This is my favorite Land Rover. Just, I don't know, just something about it just looks very, very good. And I've seen plenty of them in real life, and well, whenever I was driving one day, man, can't forget this. I was driving one day, I was in Baton Rouge, and I was at a red light, and then they had a Land Rover just like this, but it was a two-door, and boy, oh boy, was that thing adorable. I was like, there's a little one, and then it looks like one of those cartoons, like vehicles, and it's, oh my goodness, I did not know they made a two-door one, and man, if you haven't seen one, they look adorable. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine what it's like to drive one of those. Moving on to the Lexus category, we got some few Lexus cars. I got the LC 500. Got some few RCF track editions. This one is called the Fuji Speedway. Fuji, I think it's Fuji. This one's called the Fuji Speedway edition, and Lexus actually has a limited edition of this RCF track edition. So I just basically remade it in the game. It was kind of difficult to make because you can't paint the hood separately. So I had to usually use some stencils and wrap to kind of make it the way it is now. But yeah, this one's called the Fuji Speedway edition, and I got some other RCF as well. Got two LFAs. See here, we got the Lincoln Continental, which is normal. We got the Rally Fighter, Local Motors. I kept this one black because Transformers Age of Extinction had this vehicle when it was chasing the Chevy Sonic in the cornfield in Texas, and man, I fell in love with this thing. I didn't know what the vehicle was, but I really like how it was, and that thing is a beast. It's such a good car to drive, and a lot of people probably remember from Fast and Furious. I don't remember it from Fast and Furious. I remember this from Transformers because Michael Bay really kind of set out the tone when it comes to filming these vehicles. And if I'm not mistaken, did he? Yeah, he did that. Yeah, he did those films. So yeah, he did a good job with that. We got the Lotus. I love Lotus. The Emira is actually a good car. I actually like it. I didn't know these cars came with a 6-speed manual, but the more you know. But yeah, I think the yellow and black fits it perfectly. Moving on to the Mazdas. We're actually going to end it here with the Mazdas. We'll start on the McLarens on part 3. But yeah, the Mazdas, I got about 3 RX-7s. Actually, I can't count. Well, actually, I can. So we got 3 RX-7s, spare Rs, and then we got 2 normal RX-7s. And these are good cars. Now, the RX-8 just doesn't get enough love nowadays, and I decided to build one myself, and it actually is good. It's actually a good car. I refuse to put a different transmission in it because obviously the race transmission kind of distorts the whole engine noise and forced induction noises. But yeah, this car is a good car, and all the other RX-7s are good. Now we'll end it off with this one. So this one is actually I don't take full credit for this one. I still don't know the owner to it till this day, but K&N actually sponsors a RX-7 and this exact build. I believe this car was also featured in T-Pain's songs. I think it's called Brap. I didn't see the video, but I think I was scrolling on TikTok one day, and I think the car had like a little bit of screen time, and I was like, oh wait, I know that car. It has Pinto written on the side of it too. So I basically just rebuilt it. This car was also a display car at I think Formula Drift, or one of K&N's Cars and Coffee. And I was like, you know what, look, he's a fellow sponsor of K&N, so let me go ahead and do it. So I did it. So I just really remade it in the game. I probably need to update it because this was a long time ago, but this design is also shared. So in the next video, we'll talk more about the McLarens. Got a very lineup of the McLarens, and this one should be probably. I'm gonna try to end it at part 3. The Nissan category is just gonna have to be its own video. Like I said, I have too many Nissans, and which really takes the good portion of the Nissans is the Z33 cars. The 350s take a good portion of it, and I would like to go through almost every individual, not loading into them, but talk about almost every individual one on its own purpose. But yeah, this one's a little bit different from the first one because I mean, obviously we went to a little dud category, but if you're excited for part 3, let me know. If you actually like this video, feel free to go ahead and put a comment down below as well. Working hard trying to get these videos out, been doing things differently ever since then. It's difficult to kind of make YouTube videos nowadays because you also got to think about what content can you make, and then with the streaming being on the sideline and whatnot, it's kind of a hard schedule. So, but yeah, I'm gonna keep on pumping these videos out. I really appreciate everybody watching these videos and taking time out of your day to go ahead and see what I got going on. But the demand of you guys asking for a garage tour was heavily needed, and I needed to go ahead and supply that, and we got it. So I'll hopefully be making the part 3 video sometime this week, and that way you guys can stay locked in and focused on that. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.